Thanks for coming today, Takizawa. This is my daughter.
Nice to meet you.
Ha! Of all people, you ended up with that plain girl. That's just sad.
Takizawa, please go out with me.
I don't want to get married. Are you still okay with that?
What?
My name is Ayumu Takizawa. I'm 27 and work as a security engineer at a web-based IT company. I just got confessed to, but I was trying to be honest about who I am.
No, I mean, when you ask if it's okay, I guess it's not, huh?
Hey, Takizawa, you're the talk of the office, you know.
An old friend of mine, and also the CEO of the web-based startup I work at, Shugo Yanase, approached me with a grim look on his face. Huh? What do you mean?
Don't what do you mean me? You told the girl who confessed to you that you don't want to get married and ended up getting rejected, right?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's the truth. I'd be lying if I didn't say it. Yeah, I have no desire to get married. Honestly, I think marriage is total crap.
Wait, don't tell me this is my fault. Is it because I got married that you...
Ah, right. Your wife cheated on you in your first year of marriage and had a kid with another guy, didn't she?
Can you not rub salt or koji into the wound like that?
This close friend of mine is actually divorced. A textbook case of a tragic pretty boy. Can we not with the skincare metaphors? Anyway, I don't blame just you for my worldview.
So I'm partly responsible.
To me, marriage doesn't equal happiness. If anything, marriage equals misery makes more sense.
Don't say stuff like that. I still want to get married again someday.
Why do I feel this way about marriage? It started with my parents' unhappy marriage. They were always fighting when I was a kid. Things escalated into full-on household warfare. My sister, who survived that with me, ended up married to a guy who turned abusive and is now a single mom. And as for my best friend, well, you just heard that story. I honestly don't get why anyone would want to go through that again.
Oh, right, Takizawa. I have something important to tell you.
Huh? What is it, boss? Just another day, chatting with him as both a friend and my company president. I had no idea that important talk would completely change the course of my life.
Thanks for coming today, Takizawa. This is my daughter.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Takizawa. In front of me is the president of a major web company, Mizukawa, and his daughter, Haru Mizukawa. I never imagined I'd end up in an arranged marriage meeting like this. Somehow, I ended up agreeing to this meeting at Yanase's request, not because I was forced, because I chose to. That day, Yanase told me about a huge new project from a major client. Wait, their condition for the partnership is that I go to a marriage meeting?
Yeah, it's from Mizukawa, a huge player in the industry. We can't afford to pass this up.
Apparently, they're launching a new system and want to partner with their up-and-coming company. Okay, but still, a marriage meeting as a condition? That makes no damn sense. But I owe Yanase. That's why I left my old job and joined the company he founded.
Thanks for doing this today. I appreciate you humoring my daughter's request.
Judging from how he said it, this meeting was Haru's idea. Not at all. I'm the one grateful for this opportunity.
Haha, I'd heard your company has top-level engineers. I didn't offer this job just to arrange a marriage. If that's how it felt, I apologize.
No, not at all. If that's the case, then we're honored to be considered. After chatting for a while, her father left the room, and I finally addressed her. I know it's weird to say this, but I've never wanted to get married.
I know. Yanase already told me about that.
I'm okay with it, she says, smiling without a trace of hesitation. Apparently, she works as a receptionist in the Mizukawa company building. At first glance, she seemed quiet and reserved, but talking to her, she's cheerful and full of laughter. But deciding to get married just for the sake of a contract feels a bit...
It's okay. We're the ones who put forth this condition in the first place. It's a shady move.
That's true.
You're honest, huh?
I completely forgot to ask her why me. I was too overwhelmed by her brightness. And so, in order to succeed at work, I decided to marry her.
Good morning, Ayumu. Breakfast is ready.
Good morning. Getting greeted by my wife Haru's smile every morning is something I still haven't gotten used to. A well-balanced breakfast every day, perfectly ironed shirts. All the things I used to do myself now get done without me even asking. Still not used to this feeling. Wait, are you off work today?
Nope, I'm leaving right after I see you off.
Then you don't have to go out of your way to... You shouldn't be late for work.
Don't you want me to?
Apparently, Haru's the type who dreams about married life, a lot. She probably has her own ideals, but for someone like me who was never into marriage, it's a little uncomfortable. I don't mean to be rude, but you really don't have to do all this for me.
Huh?
Isn't it a hassle, waking up super early to make breakfast and see me off? I'm an adult. I can prep my own meals and double-check my stuff. Maybe it sounds harsh, but I clearly remember my parents' constant fights stemming from these little things. So, I don't want you going out of your way like that.
Hey, enough already.
What was that for?
I'm doing it because I want to. If you're not against it, then just accept it quietly. Now come on, give me a goodbye kiss and get to work.
Once again, I was completely overpowered by Haru, who loves shoujo manga and romance dramas.
Ah, welcome back, Ayumu.
On my way home that day, I ran into Haru on the street, also seemingly just back from work. Did you go shopping?
Yes, it's Friday, so I thought I'd prep some food for the weekend.
You don't have to stay busy even on your days off. You should use that time for yourself.
It's fine. I love cooking for you, Ayumu. Sending you off and welcoming you home, all of it makes me happy.
You're a strange one. My mom always hated cooking, so by the time my sister and I were old enough, we could pretty much make things ourselves. I always thought of it as building life skills, but maybe a part of me had felt lonely. Watching Haru smiling and cheerfully cooking for me, I felt a pang deep inside. Let me carry that for you.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it looks heavy.
This feels so much like a real married couple. Thank you.
Can't say I really get that. After that, for some reason, a sudden no honorifics rule was imposed. Since then, life has changed dramatically thanks to her. On nights I get home late.
Ayumu's computer exploded.
Why here? I told you I'd be late today, didn't I? Seems like she tries to stay up for me and ends up asleep on the couch like this more often than not. And those sleep talk lines are terrifying. Well, guess I'll carry her to bed. I found myself doing things that aren't really like me, but I think I'm slowly getting used to this new daily life. That's a seriously unique snore. She must be exhausted. Seeing her passed out and snoring, I couldn't help but laugh a bit. Haha, that's some weak security. Sometimes I wonder if she's going to unload a massive complaint at me someday. But for now, just seeing her peaceful, relaxed sleeping face, it actually melts the day's stress away. I carried Haru to bed. Right now, she's in a dream.
Hey, let's play house again today.
Playhouse? Yeah, sure. This was one of her childhood memories. With both parents busy, Haru spent her weekends at a daycare facility. There, she grew attached to a boy she met and would play house with him every time, smiling like the sun.
So, Takizawa, how's that big project going?
About 3 months into married life, I went out for drinks with Yanase after work. It's going well. I'm getting along with the Mizukawa development team too. From our company, only a handful of us security engineers are on the project, myself included. Their dev team is made up entirely of Mizukawa employees at this point. So far, coordination between the dev team and us in security is going smoothly.
Still, I didn't think you'd actually go through with getting married for the sake of this project.
Sorry, he says, looking guilty. He probably thinks I made a sacrifice for his sake. I made the choice to marry. That was my decision. The condition was go on a formal meeting. Marriage wasn't required. I could have turned it down. But if we did get married, there's a chance we'd secure long-time business with a major company, right? I wanted to build up my experience as an engineer. That's what ultimately guided my decision. It might be a choice people would criticize. That's why before deciding to marry, I was upfront with Haru about my intentions, no sugarcoating. Even so, she smiled and said, if I get to marry you, then that's enough for me right now. I want to keep learning and improving as a security engineer by working with big clients. And I want to repay you. You were always there for me when I didn't want to be home as a kid.
Takizawa, I see. Hearing that makes me feel better. Still, your wife's really something. Seriously, who else would say they want to marry someone no matter the reason? She's rare. Maybe that's why she's managed to shake even a die-hard bachelor like you.
Huh?
Haven't you noticed? You're a lot gentler than you were before you got married. You laugh more now, and you're always in good health even when work gets hectic.
I widened my eyes at Yanase's words. I hadn't realized such a change had come over me. Guess I really do owe her more gratitude.
Damn it, you're making me jealous, lucky bastard.
Despite his words, Yanase's smile is warm and genuine. I can't help but feel grateful to him too.
I had another nostalgic dream last night.
A few days later, Haru arrived at work at Mizukawa, looking very pleased, probably from dreaming her usual dream again.
You're in a good mood today, Mizukawa. How's married life?
That voice comes from her coworker, Takasugi Kyoji, who stops by the reception desk to chat.
Morning, Takasugi-kun. I mess up sometimes, but I'm really happy.
Yeah? Well, knowing you, I bet no normal guy could handle you.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
Apparently, they were classmates all through grade school, middle school, and high school. There's a casual familiarity between them. By the way, at work she still uses her maiden name, Mizukawa, but legally, she's already taken my last name, Takizawa.
Well, if you ever want to talk, how about lunch today?
Good morning. As soon as she sees me walk in, Haru's face brightens like a light switching on. Takasugi looks a bit puzzled at first, but quickly regains his composure.
Good morning, Takizawa. Looking forward to working with you today.
Same here. Let's have a productive day. He's the team leader for Mizukawa's internal dev team, and lately I've had more work-related interactions with him. Good morning, Mizukawa.
Geez, why so formal? That kind of hurts, you know.
You don't need to take it personally. We're facing each other as business partners right now, so it's only natural. Watching that exchange, Takasugi seems a little stunned, a hint of confusion in his eyes.
So you two knew each other already?
Yes, actually, she's my wife. I never made a point to talk about my marriage with others. I guess Haru felt the same way.
Is that so?
He clearly didn't know I was Haru's husband. His eyes went wide with surprise. Sorry for the idle chatter. I'll leave it at that. Looking forward to working with you, Takasugi.
Yes, I expect good work from you.
As I walked away after our exchange, Haru was resting her cheek on her hand, grinning dreamily.
I see him at home every day, but something about seeing him at work makes my heart flutter. Takasugi-kun, my husband's in your hands now. I've always wanted to say that. Oh, and sorry. Today, I've got lunch plans with my husband.
She didn't notice the way Takasugi's lightly clenched fist was trembling by his side. We need to act on this immediately. At the project meeting with the development team, I laid out the issue. The Mizukawa employees started murmuring. Yes, a vulnerability was found in the product under development, but...
I see, that's a problem. Well, we can't afford to delay the project timeline on our side either.
Takasugi, the leader of the development team, responded firmly and flatly shut me down. Still, ignoring this could expose the product to significant risk. Our job is to find vulnerabilities and report them to the dev team to get fixed. It's up to them to do the actual fixing. Without their cooperation, nothing moves.
What matters is getting the product finished. Any product comes with some risk.
Leaving a known risk unattended affects trust. It's better to take the time to redress it. In the end, the meeting turned into an unproductive back and forth. Takasugi, he used to be open to our security team's input, but since then, he's completely stopped listening to anything we suggest. I was thinking about the sudden change in his attitude as I left the music hall building that night.
Takizawa-san, good work today.
Takasugi-san, good work to you too. He greeted me with the same usual smile, but he was one of my biggest stressors at work now. About the project. I tried to shift the conversation back to work, but he cut me off.
Still, I was shocked. I never imagined you'd be the one marrying Mizukawa.
Huh? Well, yeah, honestly, I was surprised myself. I never thought I'd get married. It all started with the sudden arranged marriage proposal. When I said I had no intention of marrying, the light vanished from Takasugi's eyes.
Ha! Of all people, you ended up with that plain girl. That's just sad. She's always been like that, you know, just dull and forgettable. Are you sure she's the one? You know, these days, divorce isn't that rare if you've got regrets.
He suddenly launched into a barrage of criticism. The old me might have agreed, might have even laughed, but now... Don't speak about my wife that way. He forced a grin, but I could see the anger behind his eyes.
Insulting her? Really? Let's be honest, who's really doing the insulting here? She's always been a hopeless romantic, always saying she could never forget someone. All her classmates used to gossip that she wouldn't date anyone because of that. So I stayed close, waiting for the right moment. Then out of nowhere, she gets married? To someone who doesn't even want to get married? Why you? I work at a big company like Mizukawa, and you're just some nobody from a startup. You're beneath me, a nobody like you.
You may be right. Maybe I'm not good enough for her. Even knowing our views on marriage were completely different, I still wondered, why me? But since we got married, I've started to change little by little. I didn't expect happiness from marriage. But living with Haru, I've started to see that maybe marriage isn't so bad after all. Coming home to her smile, it honestly feels like happiness.
That doesn't change the fact that you're taking advantage of her innocence. You seem straight-laced, but you're actually the worst kind of...
I was about to snap back at him, but then...
What are you doing, Takasugi-kun?
Haru came walking out of the building, clearly angry.
Mizukawa.
I saw you two outside and thought I'd say hi, but I figured it might be work-related and waited, but what was all that just now?
She must have overheard the conversation. From the look on her face, she caught most of it.
That rumor from back in school is true. There was someone I could never forget, but it wasn't marriage itself I was dreaming about. It was marrying that person.
Then why him? What about that unforgettable guy? You just gave up on him?
You still don't get it? That unforgettable guy is none other than Ayumu.
Huh?
I had met Haru long before Takasugi ever did. I'd completely forgotten, but we met in a daycare facility as kids. We always played house together.
Ayumu-kun is the husband. Haru is the wife.
So that means we're gonna fight?
Fight?
Because my mom and dad always fight at home. Playing house is copying them, right?
No. Ayumu-kun and Haru are totally in love.
Really?
Yep. I love Ayumu-kun, so we're getting married. And then...
We both ended up at that facility for different reasons. Me, because my parents wanted their space. Haru, because her dad was set to take over as president of the company one day. But still, she remembered me all this time.
You always teased me, called me plain, just like today. I never thought you liked me. You never confessed or anything.
Then Takasugi blushed.
Come on, don't get the wrong idea. I never said I liked you. I just meant someone like me is probably the only guy who'd put up with a hopeless dreamer like you.
You've been harboring feelings for Haru all this time, and just kept running away, didn't you? Too scared to confess and get rejected, so you kept waiting for someday. All just to protect your own pride from getting hurt. Am I wrong?
That's...
It's true that I married Haru for impure reasons, and I relied on her kindness when she still took my hand anyway. But now, Haru is my wife. I'm not letting her go because of you, and I'm not handing her over.
Ayumu.
Yeah, I still think marriage is crap. Joy and pain hit you like waves and mess with your heart. To direct such hostility toward a business partner I'm supposed to stay cordial with. And to see my wife so happy over just one word from me, it makes me think, maybe this isn't so bad. After that, I bowed to Takasugi, who stood frozen in place, and walked home holding Haru's hand. Now then, a bit about what happened after that. Takasugi couldn't hold back his hostility toward me. He rejected everything our security team proposed and threw the project into chaos. His stubbornness ended up causing a major delay, and he was removed from the project leader role.
Takizawa, thanks to your precise security measures and proposed alternatives, we've got a solid product. I hope we can continue working with your company moving forward. You did it, Takizawa. It's all thanks to you.
Yanase, I'm just glad I could be useful, and I'm the one who should be thanking you all this time. Thanks to this, Yanase's company saw a huge leap in growth, and things only got busier from there. As for Takasugi, he never got reinstated as project leader. He became so mentally unstable that he couldn't even face Haru again, whom he'd longed for all this time, and ended up quitting. If your pride ends up hurting the one you love, maybe that pride is something you'd be better off without. And as for us, later that night...
Jeez, idiot. Why didn't you tell me about Takasugi?
That's because I only realized today that his attitude was connected to you, and I didn't want to drag you into it.
Still, if you're hurting, I want to help. You married me for work from the start anyway, right? So there's no point in holding back now. Whether it's about work or anything else, talk to me about it. Even if it's about your belly sticking out lately or your hair thinning a bit, anything.
Wait, is that really what you think of me?
Anyway, no more suffering in silence. Even if I can't fix it, just venting is fine.
Seeing Haru puff up her cheeks like she could make sound effects, What even is that? I take this kind of argument any day.
Jeez, what are you laughing at?
I used to think there was no such thing as happiness in marriage, but maybe that was just my assumption. Hey, Haru, this is a little late, but can I tell you something?
What is it?
Thank you for not forgetting me, for keeping those feelings all this time, for marrying me.
You're welcome.
Joy and pain, happiness and sadness, this married life that comes in waves. I can't help but wish now that it'll last as far into the future as possible.
I noticed 2 mistakes in the documents from the other day, but I've already corrected them and sent them up.
Huh? There were mistakes? I'm sorry. Just now, I received a report from my senior. I'm Haruhiko Yakumo. I'm a 26-year-old salesman working in the sales department of an IT company that runs a part-time job recruitment website.
Don't worry about it. If you're handling a lot of projects, anyone could make mistakes.
Huh. My senior's really kind. This is Mizuho Uchiura, a 3-year senior in the same department. She always helps me out, and everyone relies on her. She has a somewhat noble atmosphere and is a Madonna-like figure in the company. She's usually alone, which has led to rumors that she's from a rich family. Mizo-senpai is amazing. She's capable at work, good at following up, kind, and on top of that, she's beautiful. This is Tsuyoshi Ushirodate. He's a colleague from the sales department who constantly brags that his father is an executive at a major trading company. It's true. What kind of man do you think would be a match for Mizo-senpai? Of course it would be someone like me. After all, my father is an executive at a major trading company, and I'm one of the top salespeople in the company. Although, you're not a candidate, since I'm going after her first. Don't get in my way. One day, after finishing overtime, I stopped by a diner I had been curious about. It has a shabby appearance, like a place you would find in the countryside, but it's a specialty shop for local dishes. I really like places like this. When I entered, I was surprised to see someone I knew. Uchida-senpai?
Yakumo-kun.
It was a surprise. Mizo-senpai was sitting at the counter of the restaurant. Good evening.
It's a coincidence. This place is pretty far from work. If you want, you can sit next to me.
Then I'll take you up on that. It seems Mizo-senpai is a regular at this place, coming once a week. She really loves the rustic atmosphere. I don't know what to say, but this is surprising.
Everyone says that. But what's wrong with liking places like this?
No, I think it's really lovely. It's like a hidden charm.
Really? Thank you. Do you like places like this too, Yakumo-kun?
Yes, my hobby is traveling, and I go to rural places with no tourist spots by myself. I've been curious about this place for a while.
Really? Oh, I also love the countryside. I've always been misunderstood. Like I don't like things like that. I love stylish places and shops, but I also love the countryside and old shops. Actually, I'm more at home in the countryside and in old wooden buildings.
Oh, I see. You don't know about a person until you talk to them, do you? After that, Mizo-senpai seemed to be slightly drunk, and her talk about loving the countryside never stopped. We got really excited talking about our favorite travel destinations, the best local dishes, and places we would like to visit someday.
You should come to my hometown sometime. It's a really rural place, but the air is so fresh and people are warm and welcoming.
I'm really glad I chose this place today. Of course, I was happy to have made a friend who loves the countryside, but I was also glad to learn the surprising side of Mizo-senpai.
Yakumo-kun, your appointment's in the afternoon, right? Can we go for lunch after this?
Got it! Since meeting at the diner, my relationship with Mizo-senpai clearly grew closer. Before long, she started calling me Yakumo-kun. And when we were both at the company, we would occasionally have lunch together. Of course, at the same diner. Since it was a place far from the company, I had never run into anyone from work there before. Recently, I thought they were getting along well, so I followed after them, but why him? Just as I sat down, Tsuyoshi Ushirodate appeared. Unfortunately, he hadn't been out on a sales call either, and had apparently followed me here. And he even invited Mizo-senpai to this shabby place. Mizo-senpai, I'm sorry about my colleague here. Let's go to a more stylish place. Actually, there's a hidden cafe near the office. Tsuyoshi was babbling, but before he could continue, a voice interrupted him clearly, though not loudly.
No thanks. What's your problem? It seems like you've been following us. And not only that, but you're insulting this place.
No, it's a misunderstanding. I just thought I would teach this colleague of mine that this isn't a place to take Mizo-senpai.
Then that's none of your business. I really like this place. Is that all? Then can you leave, please?
Ugh. Having been told this, Tsuyoshi had no choice but to leave the diner, but... I warned you not to make a move on her! Of course, his anger wasn't going to subside. As soon as I went to the office and headed to the restroom, he came charging at me. I didn't make a move. It's your behavior that was unreasonable in the first place. Shut up! If she hates me now, it's your fault! Don't shift the blame. It's your own doing. He wouldn't listen, and because of him, I barely had any time for a break. I headed towards my afternoon appointment. Afterward, every time I saw Tsuyoshi, he started throwing sarcastic comments at me. On top of that, I started hearing rumors about me.
Recently, there have been a lot of rumors about Yakumo-san. He loves shabby, dirty shops. And they say he doesn't even have the spirit of chivalry. This rumor is kind of malicious. I wonder what's up with this.
The source is probably Tsuyoshi. But fortunately, it was just rumors about me being rumored. You're free now, right? Just perfect. Go take care of my appointment. Since we are salespeople, we're often out on the field, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But one day, when I came back from an appointment, Tsuyoshi finally took it a step further. Apparently, he added an appointment during his morning telemarketing session. Since he had other appointments, he had requested me to fill in for him. This place? It's far, but I managed to book it, so what can you do? We work at the company's headquarters, and there are a few other branches. Each branch has its own sales territory, and this was on the border between two branches, so it was quite far. I didn't expect him to take this one. Technically, it's within our range. Alright, I'll take it. Yeah, it's my fault for being too talented. Well, I've got a big case nearby, so I'm counting on you for this one. I see. So this is a subtle form of harassment with a small case that probably won't bring much profit from a distant area. He probably planned to assign it to me from the start by booking the appointment today. Otherwise, there would have been no one else available to go. And so, I ended up going on a business trip to a rather remote area I would never visit for tourism. Whoa, it's colder than I imagined. The area is completely covered in snow. The sea waves, mixed with drifting ice, are rough. I wonder what the temperature is. Maybe below 0.
Thanks for coming. Feel free to warm up by the stove.
Thank you. Apparently, the local government, agriculture cooperative, fisheries cooperative, and local businesses are working together on a large-scale project to recruit long-term part-time workers during university students' long spring break to experience rural life and work.
Even if we put out the recruitment ads, do you think we'll get any applicants?
Well, with this cold, it might be tough. But either way, I think we need to recruit online to target the right demographic. The shortage of labor in rural industries due to depopulation and aging, as well as the succession issue, is a pressing problem. The goal is to attract more people by offering long-term part-time work in the countryside, even if just one person becomes interested. That's what many people say, right? But it's only effective in more urban areas.
Yeah, even though the internet has a big impact, there is still a difference between rural areas and cities, isn't there?
And so, the casual conversation began. I believe the secret to successful sales is how well you can hold a casual conversation. For me, 90% of it is just chatting. The goal is to gain the other person's trust by making them think, this person seems reliable. Of course, depending on the person, there are times when I need to explain things in a more logical way. Flexibility is key when adapting to different people. But this time was a bit special. The person in charge warmed up to me early on.
Well, I'm telling you because it's you. But there's an unsettling rumor going around.
At a moment when we were getting comfortable, the person in charge suddenly vented. Apparently, there's a trading company that's had a long-term exclusive contract with the village's fisheries cooperative, and they're suspected of corruption.
The local government stepped in to stop them from underpricing, but the fishermen's lives still haven't improved. There are limits to what the government can do, so the locals are trying to unite to find the problems on their own.
And so, I successfully gained their trust and finished my first visit. Hey, welcome back. How'd my appointment go? When I showed up at the office the next morning, Tsuyoshi greeted me with his usual grin. I ignored him and sat down at my desk. It went really well. I think we can probably visit again next time. Oh, that's great. Glad to hear my appointment wasn't wasted. Thanks to you, I was able to close a big deal yesterday. I'm so happy. If I close a deal, Tsuyoshi gets the points for the appointment. He's obviously thrilled about getting points from my success.
Good morning, Haruhiko. I heard about yesterday's deal.
As we were talking, Mizo-senpai came in. When I greeted her, Tsuyoshi, with a bright expression, barged into the conversation. Good morning, Mizo-senpai! You have to hear this. I closed a big deal yesterday.
Good morning. I see. Congrats.
Tsuyoshi kept going, even though he should have stopped there. This is just who he is. Compared to that, Haruhiko had to stay overnight for an appointment in a remote area. Yeah, and to a backwater village. A place like that doesn't have the money to spend on a website, right? You shouldn't say it like that. Sure, it was a rural place, but the air was fresh, and the people were warm. It was a good village. Yeah, you're really desperate, huh? Well, for you, if you can't close a deal, it's just a waste of time, huh? But really, it was a desolate village. Wanna see the official website? It looks like one of the most remote places ever.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's right. Look, here it is. Even in the photos, it looks so run down, right? Going there for someone else's appointment? Haruhiko lacks the guts of a salesman. I'm sure I'm a much more promising guy for the future. My father is an executive at a major company, so I'm a good catch, right? Right? How about it? How about we grab lunch together today? I really want to get to know you better, Mizo-senpai. Tsuyoshi babbles on, and when I look at Mizo-senpai, I feel like I've seen this scene before.
That's my hometown.
Huh? When Mizo-senpai spoke those words, Tsuyoshi's words, which I had tried to warn him about, suddenly stopped. Wait, don't joke! You're from the city, right? An elegant lady from the city!
I'm not joking. My hometown has no tourism or industries, and it's ridiculously cold in winter. That's where I'm from. I never said I'm from the city, nor did I ever claim to be.
The office is almost full now, and most employees are present. Her words sent shockwaves throughout the office.
You know, I'm often misunderstood. People think I'm from the city or that I'm some rich girl. It's nice that they think that, but it's not true at all. I actually come from a fishing family in a rural village. So I go to bars, and that diner you mocked is one of my regular spots. Sure, maybe some women see you as a good catch because of your future potential and rich family. But no matter how promising you are, I don't want to be around someone who looks down on others. So, first, could you apologize to Haruhiko-kun? I've been uncomfortable with you for a while now.
Mizo glares at Tsuyoshi, and he slowly lowers his head, apologizing. I'm sorry for looking down on you and harassing you. You should have something to say to Mizo-senpai too. I'm sorry.
All right, then don't ever do that again. Don't worry, I'll treat you just like before at work, but unfortunately, even if you apologize, you're not my type. So don't bother me anymore.
That was the moment Tsuyoshi's heartbreak began, and so the drama before work ended. Senpai, do you have time tonight? After that commotion, Mizo-senpai was accepted by everyone at the office, and her popularity only grew. While I secretly felt a bit jealous, we steadily grew closer. At the same time, we secured a deal for the project we had been working on. Things were going smoothly, but meanwhile, something big was happening in Mizo-senpai's hometown. Wait, fraud?
Yes, I think it's going to be in the news soon.
It turns out the shady rumors I heard when I was on my visit were true. The trading company with an exclusive contract with the Fisheries Cooperative had been misusing its priority position and was found to have been involved in bribery. I'm surprised you found out. It must have been difficult.
The locals came together to protect the fishermen, and it seems like this was the result of their efforts. It seems it was happening on a nationwide scale. It's a huge scandal, and the mastermind behind it was...
Huh? What's going on? The next morning, Tsuyoshi Ushirodate was shouting at the TV.
It has been revealed that fraudulent transactions were taking place in fisheries and agricultural cooperatives nationwide. The mastermind behind this is Narane Ushirodate, a 56-year-old executive at the company owning the name corporation.
And it turned out that the mastermind behind the bribe scheme was his father. Yes, the source of the dark rumors was his father.
Hey, did you see the news this morning? Yeah, I saw it. That trading company, it's run by Tsuyoshi's dad, right? So that means the arrested executive is Ushirodate's.
Tsuyoshi Ushirodate, who constantly boasted about his father being an executive at a major trading company, suddenly became the center of attention when it was revealed that the arrested man was his father. No, it must be some kind of mistake. Yeah, that's it. It has to be a mistake. Tsuyoshi shouted in denial, but no one was listening. Afterward, Tsuyoshi refused to come to work, unable to cope with the shock of being rejected by Mizuho-senpai and his father's arrest. He went completely silent and was eventually dismissed for misconduct. Why did this happen? I'm not guilty! I'm not guilty! No one knew where Tsuyoshi ended up or what happened to him afterward. Meanwhile, Mizuho-senpai and I had happily started dating. On this day off, we were visiting her hometown together.
Oh, Mom! Welcome home, Mizuho. And thank you for always taking care of Haruhiko.
There she was, the woman Mizuho referred to as her mother, someone I was already familiar with. Yes, she was actually Mizuho-senpai's mother. I had already been told by Mizuho that her family came from a rural area, and I knew from the moment Tsuyoshi mentioned it that it was her hometown. That's why when I brought up Mizuho-senpai during my first business visit, I was able to gain her trust unusually quickly. By the way, Mizuho already knew about the fraudulent transaction, which hadn't been reported yet, because her mother had told her.
I never expected my daughter to be dating you, Yakumo-san. If she's your girlfriend, I shouldn't call you Yakumo-san, should I? I should call you Haruhiko. Mom, stop it. This is so embarrassing.
Mizuho is a lot more playful when it's private. Later, we visited Mizuho's home and met her father. He was a fisherman, a quiet man with a wonderful smile. Connections between people are strange things. It's as if some invisible force is at work, tying people together with a mysterious thread. I promise to make your daughter happy. Please allow me to date her with marriage in mind.
Huh? Huh? Oh my.
Good connections bring happiness, while bad ones bring misery, or so it seems. As a simple person, I may never fully understand this, but I believe it's something worth believing in. In today's world, where human connections are thinning, I want to cherish the bonds I have, and I hope that our lives will be filled with happiness.